two. They're revving up, ready to go. Let's see if Emig can get another hole shot. He sure has put the traction down to get him recently. The chase to the first turn, and guess who? Number 2, Emig. But Jeremy, once again, is right there.
A little bit better than this first moto. He had to work his way through a few riders, including Larry Ward, to get into second the first moto, but here he's right on Emig.
Emig, McGrath, 1 and 2. As the order starts to change behind those two, it'll come out Larry Ward, number 6. Hughes, a good start, number 5, just to the left of Ward, and that's Albertine to the right, number 16.
Right away, Jeremy not following, elected to take this a little different line than Emig everywhere. He wants to show him a wheel, and he wants to keep Emig guessing.
Emig trying to protect his line with Jeremy McGrath, anxious to take the lead early, and does so to the inside.
It looks like Emig's going to lose another spot, too. Albertine sneaks around, follows Jeremy around. Emig not going to give it up, though. They're still banging. Look at, they get stuck.
Oh. It looks like Albertine has taken over second. Yes, he has. Team Suzuki number 16, Greg Albertine. Larry Ward in third.
Now, this is where Jeremy really shines. Gets out front early, pulls that tearaway. He's got the confidence to go wide right there. Knew he had enough of the lead to protect it over Albertine, and Albertine getting tangled with Emig. Emig got the short end of the stick there. I don't see him coming through. He lost a lot of positions. There he is on the outside.
Bradshaw, number 28, in front of Hughes. Here's Larocco, number 8. Mid-pack, number 13, Phil Lawrence, a privateer.
Not too bad of a start for Larocco. At least he can see the leaders. They all seem to be running about the same pace in the early laps, so he won't lose too much time on Jeremy.
Be interesting to see if number 6, Larry Ward, can hold his position or better his position to possibly move up on the podium.
Bradshaw up in there this moto. He's got a pretty good start. Right behind Larry Ward. Bradshaw been a little quiet lately. We haven't got our cameras on him for one reason or another. He's been coming from bad starts, but certainly on the pace.
It's Hughes in front of Emig, so once Emig lost the lead, he just went backwards quickly.
Now you wonder a little off balance there. You can see how that rut is so difficult. You don't see it until you get up around that corner, so it takes incredible balance to get in there straight. Because of the overall points for today and for the championship, it's interesting to see if Kawasaki gives Hughes a signal if in fact he's still ahead of his teammate when they come around the mechanics area, because Emig could follow Hughes around for a couple of laps, lose a little bit of time. Not that Hughes going slow, but he needs to get around and try to get this overall. That would be a smart decision by Kawasaki if they were to do something like that.
Right now, Larry Ward in third, but it's Jeremy McGrath. He's got a string going. He's won at least one moto in every event this year. We'll see if he can cap it off here today. Check number 28 out, Damon Bradshaw. Rather uneventful season with 2 exceptions. A podium third place finish at Glen Helen. The second place moto at Southwick. Jeremy McGrath, Albertine, Ward, Bradshaw. And then Hughes, number 5, with his teammate Jeff Emig behind him. I think it's interesting now as Emig tries to make a move right here. But Hughes hasn't gotten those orders.
Yeah, he couldn't do it. Now look at all the time.
Oh, Jeremy McGrath went down. This changes the whole complexion of things. Albertine is our new leader.
Well, Jeremy just let the front end wash out. That's one of the slickest places on the racetrack. A sharp little left-hander threw kind of an off-camber, and his front wheel apparently went over that rut and just washed out. It was in a place, though, where he was able to get up quickly and didn't lose that much time. But can you imagine had Emig moved around his teammate Hughes? He'd be a little bit closer to Jeremy right now, and that overall would still look like a real possibility.
How lucky is it that you're able to keep that motor running so you can get right up and going again?
Well, he'd have lost all these spots had he kept it, not kept it running. So, yeah, he's very lucky.
Albertine has taken over the lead, but Jeremy McGrath is pursuing. Let's go down to Marty Reed.
John, the team was saying they wanted a podium. It looks like right now Larry's got the best chance.
Yeah, he showed really strong the first moto. If he has a bad moto, it's usually his first moto. He ended up 6th, so 6-3. I'm not sure. I didn't check the math between motos, but it should be able to get him up there 4th or 3rd, I think.
Well, he's still in contact with the lead two, Albertine and Jeremy.
Yeah, for sure. I think McGrath made a mistake somewhere, and that let Albie get by him, and those two had a battle with each other to figure out who was going to lead the race, and Larry caught up to him, so hopefully they'll be able to do something right on their tail now.
Well, the complexion has certainly changed as Jeremy McGrath tried to come back now on Greg Albertine. To the right, Jeremy McGrath in the jump section. Makes things look a little easy, even though he jammed that last one. Looks back to see where Greg Albertine is.
He knows he's got enough breathing room right there. And, you know, it's amazing the resolve Jeremy has to fall down like that, get up, regather himself that quickly, move around a very fast Albertine and back into the lead. This could really make the difference today for him getting an overall.
So Jeremy McGrath regains the lead after uncharacteristically going down to the dirt.
You know, Jeremy's, the only thing he seems to lack this season at times is his motivation. He's openly said to us after losing some of these motos that, well, I just wasn't motivated out there. Between motos, he makes that adjustment, comes out ready to fight.
Mike Larocco going down here in Moto 2. He's already got a sore shoulder.
I thought he was going to collect those banners, but he was able to get away without sucking into the wheel. But for Jeremy, I think he's got that added motivation between motos. Then he fell down. I think he irritated himself a little bit more. Now he's real motivated. Pulled out a pretty good lead.
Honda Troy fans have got to be jumping up and down because Larry Ward is putting the heat on second place Greg Albertine.
Larry Ward is looking good in this moto. He faded back a little bit in the first moto, but here he's looking strong. He's always ridden well here. He likes the Supercross style racetracks, and he's definitely staying in contact with Albertine. Emig has moved around Ryan Hughes and is putting the pressure on both these guys. The only way Emig could get the overall here today is to get up there and pass Jeremy for the win. So Jeremy's doing what he needs to do to pad his points lead and to pick up another overall this season.
If two riders tie in the placement of the motos, then it's the second moto that breaks the tie. So that's why Emig would have to beat Jeremy McGrath to take the overall. It is McGrath, Albertine, Ward, Emig, and Ryan Hughes are top five.
There you see, looks like Emig's mechanic, Jeremy Albright, ride to win. There's really nothing else out there for him. He's got to ride to win. He's got to beat Jeremy this moto. If he gets second this moto, which would be a great ride, he's still going to tie on points.
Gets hung up there with Larry Ward, losing valuable time to Jeremy McGrath, who doesn't have such an obstacle.
Well, he already got tied up with Albertine, and now he's fighting for a line with Larry Ward. Ward is not going to give it up.
He gives him a nice little bump there.
Yeah, he had to go out into that plowed up dirt and almost lost that spot to Ryan Hughes again.
Larry Ward hanging in there, looking for his best finish of the season.
He doesn't care who's back there. He doesn't care what Emig's trying to do, who's going to get the overall. He just knows he wants to go as fast as he can, not let anybody by.
With podium position still to be determined as we take a look at the Honda field summary, McGrath, Albertine, and Ward in a good position. As Jeremy McGrath is inching out his lead with Albertine, number 16, in second. Larry Ward really holding on nicely to third. In fact, he's putting the challenge to Albertine right now for second place. That would put the Honda Troy back on a podium. If he could hold on to second place, Larry Ward.
Great move. He came over that double jump, knew he needed to be a little bit closer to the inside, and stuck his leg out there for a little counterbalance. He's only able to do that double right there. Albertine does the triple, almost gets him back, but it's like Larry to hold on to that inside line. Those long legs really pay off through a section like that.
Ward, Albertine, Emig, and Hughes, 2 through 5.
What a great battle for second. Jeremy wasn't out here. It'd be a great battle for the lead anyway. He's kind of spoiling it, and it just shows how good the guy is. I mean, he fell down in this moto, got up, now he's got a big lead, and these guys are battling for second.
But there's nothing to say he might not go down again.
True, and that's what they got to hope for. If you're Emig, you want to give it everything you got. Just like his mechanic said, race for the win. You never know what can happen, and in most cases, applying a little pressure will force things to happen.
Larry Ward, a comfortable second place now, as Albertine really hasn't been able to come back on him. But Emig is looking for any opportunity to move into third.
I love that camera shot right there. You see how close those guys get, and how they have to actually lean the bike out around the inside corner marker and keep their body leaned into the corner just to have enough room to get through there in that berm.
Hughes and Emig look like caged animals behind Albertine here.
Well, Albertine is, I think, amongst some of the top riders, a little bit scary to ride near or around or behind, because if you look at his season, he has been known to throw it away. You don't want to get caught up in it, but it looks to me like right here, Albertine's riding very smooth. He timed all those jumps nice. Didn't even have to put his leg out for that corner. Just put it all together. It looks to me like he's trying to conserve a little energy, though, and that might be a mistake right here.
Emig makes the slick move to the inside after an outside swing. Emig, who got the whole shot in both motos, but in this moto had to come from behind. Slipping back to sixth place, has now moved up to third.
He got through that berm fantastic. You see Albertine got out of there, and his front wheel was way to the inside. So he was actually sliding through that berm, scrubbing off a little speed. So Emig, great balance through there. You see he already pulled away just a few bike lengths there from Albertine. And it's little sections like that through the berm, staying in it exactly right, hooking up with all the power to the ground that make the difference all the way around the racetrack.
Not all great riders have that ability to hit a spot exactly.
No, and I can remember an interview with Hannah talking about Kevin Wyndham, saying this kid can come off a huge triple jump and hit a line, this big, hold his fingers up like 4 inches wide. He could never do that. So for Emig, he's got great balance, and he's not only got the determination, but the finesse and the talent to go along with it.
Ward is hot right now. Larry Ward is doing all the right things. We caught up with him before the race.
Well, this track's always been one of my favorite tracks. I've always had some good results here, and last week it was a lot of fun. I got the good start. I led for a long time, and then once Jeremy did get by me, I stayed right there with him for a long time. So it definitely gave myself a lot more confidence outdoors. I have a ton of confidence on a Supercross style track, but outdoors, I lack a little, and that definitely boosted me a lot. This track's outdoor, but yet it has a lot of Supercross sections, so I'm looking forward to it today. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Well, it's a lot more fun being where he is right now with a chance to hit the podium.
Yeah, anytime you're having a good moto, of course it's fun out there. Looks like Emig working his way around the lapper. He's still not making much time on Larry Ward. He's still got a comfortable lead, and it looks to me like right now he's just having a good time. It shows, and he's got his eyes more set on Jeremy McGrath than worried about Emig coming up from behind.
I wonder if he's got any bonus money on this one, if a Honda Troy bike and their home track.
Wouldn't surprise me.
That's a chance on that.
Hey, whatever it takes to motivate these guys, I'm sure it's worth it. But then you set a standard, and these guys are looking for it elsewhere, too.
Damon Bradshaw zipping through our camera range. Number 28. Here's number 16, Albertine. What an up-and-down day it's been competitive-wise for him. Jeremy McGrath leading our moto number 2 for the 250s at Kenworthy.
Can't keep a good man down. Every time he has a bad moto, he comes right back to win the next one, or get the overall, or both. And it's just been amazing. He's won a moto, I guess, right? It's every single race this season, he's at least won a moto there. Today, it looks like he's going to get the overall to boot.
This would be his 6th overall victory on the season.
I'll go right back to saying, if you stop action, Jeremy, anywhere around the racetrack, he looks like he means business. Like he's in a real hurry. Look how far forward he is right there. It's the later stages of the race where he doesn't have to be aggressive. Look at him. He's just charging so hard. He jumps way past where everyone else lands, comes into that corner real quick, lays it over, gets on the gas quick. Look at him. He's just charging everywhere like it's the first lap.
Going back to last year, Jeremy had 11 consecutive moto wins, 6 consecutive overalls before Mount Morris of this year. He won 3 straight this season, of course, but took a 3rd at Mount Morris with a 5-1. Didn't take him long to get back, though, with 2 wins, and then 2 second-place overalls before this race here, which would give him another overall victory.
That was pretty slick, too. He came over that jump there just before a little stair-step uphill. I don't know what you want to call it, a little staircase section going up, and he just stayed on the gas and held a wheelie all the way into it so he could kind of pre-jump off the top. The guy just has neat little techniques everywhere around the racetrack that not only faster but save energy.
It's a long way back to Ward in 2nd place, but Ward now is getting a challenge from Emig.
We'll see what Larry Ward's made of right here. This is his place. He likes it. Emig's going to have to earn it. As long as he stays in his lines and doesn't make any mistakes, he should be able to hang on to 2nd here.
Now, this will be interesting, because Emig, of course, would not lose any points to Jeremy McGrath if he could take 2nd place. Whoa. Oh, Emig almost went flying off.
Now, he's had to work for this, everything he's got in this moto, getting tangled early with Albertine, having to come up from behind, battle with his teammate. A mistake right there, just going for the last-ditch effort to try to get around a motivated Larry Ward right now, and it's not going to be easy.
McGrath about 5 to 6 seconds ahead of Larry Ward.
Not that far behind Jeremy McGrath right here. McGrath has let up just a little bit, and he's closing laps, and maybe just a little too much. Look at them, they're very close.
Well, anything could happen, that's for sure. It happens very quickly at motocross. McGrath, Ward in 2nd, Emig a close 3rd.
Emig just flew off that jump right there. He jumped half again, twice as far as everyone else has been jumping. He's doing everything he can. You can see he wants this bad. Doesn't want to lose any more points to Jeremy. He's given it everything he has today, and he's still going to lose points to Jeremy, who had a real lackadaisical first moto, in his own words.
Yeah, non-motivated. And it looked like he was such as he came across the finish line with the checkered flag waving. Jeremy looks back, gives the thumbs up to the interview area, so Marty doesn't have to walk too far.
Kind of a mini fist pump there for Skip. Oh, yeah, we got it done. Wasn't pretty, but we did it.
McGrath, Ward, Emig, Hughes a 4th, and Greg Albertine hanging on for a 5th place. Larocco in 6th, Damon Bradshaw. Not a bad performance by Damon in 7th. Kyle Lewis, Bill Lawrence, and Brian Swink rounding out our top 10. As far as the overall, once again, it's Jeremy. With Jeff Emig in 2nd, Larry Ward, the first podium ever for a Honda of Troy rider, and what a great place to have that happen.
That's got to make Phil Alderton happy, the owner of Honda of Troy. What a great place for them to have a great finish like that from Larry Ward. And next season looks like it's going to be even a better one. They're going to keep Larry Ward. Looks like Michael Craig will stay with him, and can't wait to see how Mike Kudrowski's going to fare.
But today, this young man wears the crown.